Going on, everybody? Back with Arpeggios with Friends. I'm Sean Daniel.
I'm still Justin Mitchell.
And if we are nothing else, we're men of the people.
Of course.
A lot of other guitar videos and stuff like that, you'll have like an instructor sitting in his ivory tower.
Oh, yeah.
Looking down.
Gold throne.
Yeah, looking down on the masses.
No way.
Playing mysterious arpeggios and exotic scales.
That's right.
Without being explained. Not us. We're on the ground floor with you, the blue-collar worker.
That's right.
Putting in work.
That's right. And everybody's been requesting over and over again the diminished arpeggio. And I don't know why.
I'm not sure.
I think that in my experience from when I used to work at the guitar shop, or in my experience teaching guitar, I find that people use it and they don't really know how to use it. Mm-hmm. So it just makes them sound like they're trying way too hard to get outside of the box.
Right.
So I want to use this tastefully.
Exactly.
This is
You don't want this to be the sound you hear in your soul.
Right.
This is just to be used to accent maybe I don't know.
Right, unless you're playing gent or like
if you're gent away.
Yeah, like if you're like into Meshuggah or like Animals as Leaders, then by all means just like use this to riff it up.
Just have at it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the beautiful thing about diminished is that it moves in minor thirds, right? So what does that mean? That means that when you play a diminished chord, we're gonna play one here at the 5th fret. And I'll explain what the notes are. But when you play this, any one of these notes could be the root. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? That means that it is really, really easy to move this shape around and have some fun. So I'm going to teach you kind of like a spacey... if you play this with an electric guitar with delay, it sounds like you're, like a cheesy PBS documentary about Jupiter. Like Jupiter, the gas giant, right? So this goes way out there.
Favorite planet?
Yeah, I gotta say.
I think Jupiter's my favorite.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite.
There's so much depth to it.
I have a friend that I will not name because I don't know if he wants to know this, but he has reoccurring nightmares, legitimate nightmares about Jupiter. Isn't that strange?
That sounds like the soundtrack of a Diminished.
Yeah. So here we go.
Yeah.
So the first shape is like this. Okay. So what we're playing is a G on the 5th fret of the D string, right? And then we have our C sharp here on the 6th fret of the G string. Sorry, it is still early.
Dude,
okay. It is early. We have an
Get it together, Justin.
I know. We have an E here on the 5th fret of the B string, and then here we have the B flat or the A sharp, whatever you want to look at it. Right?
If you know this minor 7 flat 5 chord voicing, it's that down a string.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yep.
So what do I mean when I say it moves in minor thirds? Well, what I mean is that if you move a minor third interval is always 3 half steps. Right?
3 frets on a guitar.
3 frets on a guitar. So if you take this shape and you move it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, so there you have it.
Same chord.
That's right.
Different note is on top. Everything just kind of moves in.
Exactly. And like I said, every note in here could be considered the root note. So first, to get you guys comfortable with the diminished, this video is just going to be a quick exercise on the diminished arpeggio. And then in the future, I'm going to teach you how to make it really pretty. I'm going to teach you how to move from this into some really pretty arpeggios. But for now, we're going to start here, okay, on the 8th fret of the G string. Then we're going to move with our pinky. We're going to move our ring finger to the 7th fret of the B string. We're going to put our index finger on the 5th fret of the high E. And then we're going to go a minor third up back to the 8th fret. So we have... Right?
Beautiful. It's already starting to sound kind of beautiful.
It's pretty sweet.
We should start a band called The Moons of Jupiter. And then just play it.
Edit that out, don't you?
Yeah, that's good.
Edit that out. So then it moves in minor thirds. So you could probably predict that I'm going to slide my pinky a minor third to the 11th. So we have the same exact shape we're going to do, except we're going to descend. So 8th fret, and then the 10th fret of the B string, 11th fret here on the G string. So we have... And then when we hit this, we're going to slide again, a minor third, right, to the 14th fret of the G string, 13th fret of the B string, oh, I'm so sorry, and then 11th fret of the high E, minor third, here, right? So, which would be the 14th fret of the high E. So what we're doing is we're going, right, so go.
It's awesome.
That's very cool.
It's all
and
the same
you
chord.
can take it back. That's a little bit tricky.
And the interesting thing about this is, like, what key is this in? First of all, a full diminished chord like this actually doesn't exist in a key.
Right.
Because if we're talking diatonically.
Right.
You know, now the diminished number in a key is 7.
Yeah.
The 7th note in a scale is like the diminished chord. But you still can't populate a full diminished chord with just the notes from one key.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we could? I mean, do we have time to add one little extra thing in this lesson? So the way that I find to use it best is that a lot of times the diminished is used on the major 7 note. Okay, so like if we have a C major 7, right? What's that major 7? Is a B, right? Which is the 8th fret here on the high E. So if you use this shape, you can move into, right? So by using this shape starting on the major 7th or the note 1 fret above the tonic, right? So in the case of C, like if Sean plays a C major 9.
What is a C major 9?
Yeah. You know, you could kind of lean back into it. And sometimes you could take it. So you could just follow that all the way back down and make it really ugly, and then go back into a major 7.
A lot of different ways to use it. And the cool thing is, I mean, if you want to get more experimental, since there's no root note, one root note, you can kind of take any of those 4 notes and put it on the 7 of whatever key you're in.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be B, even though there's like a B in that one voicing. That doesn't have to be the 7.
That's right.
You know, the second one is a third, a minor third away from that, so that'd be a D.
Right.
So you could think of the D as being the 7th note of E flat or something like that.
Exactly.
You know? And then you could use that same thing over a different chord.
Yeah.
So you have options on where to use it.
It's a lot of transition. It's similar to like the whole tone scale, where like when I first learned it, I was like, this is the most useless thing ever.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go 2 frets away at a time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which the whole tone scale moves in whole steps, just like this moves in minor thirds. There is no tonic really. I mean, some jazz guy's gonna be like, "Oh no, he did not!" Just start
timpani time.
Yeah,
here we go.
But really, I mean, there's not, because it just like keeps moving in whole steps. So I mean, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the Diminished.
Men of the people,
That's
if
right.
nothing else.
If nothing